Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on July 1st, 2015. And, this week, pretty much most of everything was kind of subtle build for stories, and then the matches themselves were, most of the matches were kind of there in this case. Starting off with the Von Villains versus, starting off with the Von Villains in general there. I don't know where they're honestly going with those guys. You have these guys called the Von Villains, and they seem to be portraying themselves as just straight faces at this point. Their match was relatively good, but I forget the name of Scott Dawson's tag team partner, but Scott Dawson was in there as well at this point, so it's slipping my mind at the point of this making this review. The match was relatively good. Some back and forth here, but kind of more to enhance the Von Villains. And then you had a segment backstage with them and William Regal, and also Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Them kind of trying to set up. You had both the Von Villains and Big Cass and Enzo arguing with Regal's like who should be the #1 contenders, and then Regal makes the #1 contenders match the next week for the tag team titles. And so you'll get that aspect, or you'll get that particular match the following week on. So a little bit of story building there. Not much really needed to it. You're just kind of setting up something to make a #1 contender. You also had Tyler Breeze in a match with Ty Dillinger. Rather okay match. More just enhancing Tyler Breeze a little bit more. They didn't really have much in the terms of a story going on with Tyler Breeze at this point in time. Hopefully they'll get something going with him rather soon, though. Scott Dawson, or not Scott Dawson, Baron Corbin. And man, where are they going with Baron Corbin? They're going at this point where I guess they're trying to turn him heel because the way the fans are kind of treating him at this point in time, but in the end, they don't really have a storyline for him. At this point, and they keep just kind of throwing him out there in match after match after match, and you can feel the fans kind of just turning on the guy at this point. So we'll see where they go with that. If they try to, because when he came in, honestly the character hasn't changed. It's just kind of the fans are, turning on what they're seeing at this point, and we'll see if they adjust to that. I've seen him adjust to it somewhat in the past with the character, and how he would seem like he's enjoying his wins a little bit more in the terms of how he's beating everybody, and he's kind of giving off a smirky smile and everything like that every now and again. So you see a little bit of a heel coming out in that, but honestly at this point, it's still really quick matches, and the gimmick really hasn't changed all that much. So we'll see where they go with it and see how much they change it here in the very near future with that. Emma and Carmella, relatively decent divas. Again, relatively decent divas match. But pretty much just there to enhance the Emma's new character at this point in time. So nothing really too much there. You haven't had any interaction with Bayley and Sasha, or not Sasha, but that's a little bit later. But Bayley and Charlotte between Emma and Dana Brooke anytime recently. So we'll see if they're going anywhere with that storyline. They kind of made a subtle storyline start with the two of them and Sasha Banks, and then they decide that, oh, you're gonna have a tag team match now the next week, and Sasha has to go find a tag team partner. So she's kind of turned face out of nowhere. Okay, we'll go with that, I guess. Honestly, at this point, you don't really have many faces or heels in some cases. You're just kind of like, you're a face or heel based on who you're facing at that point in time. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we've been getting really good matches, and we've been getting relatively good storylines out of it as well. So we'll see how they go about that, and we'll see where they go with it in the very near future. Again, they finished off the promo package with Finn Balor. Again, really well done. I liked how they've been building Finn Balor, setting this up for the whole July 4th match with him and Kevin Owens. The tag team match with Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, and sorry, I lost my train of thought there again, and I'm not sure why. It was Kevin Owens and Rhino. Like I said, I don't know why I lost my train of thought there for a second. Was a really good tag team match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like the aspect that they were putting over Finn Balor going right before going into the July 4th show, and that just also gives you the little bit of inclination that, okay, maybe they aren't gonna put Finn Balor over on the July 4th show, because you know, in the past they usually put the guy over that the challenger over the champion right before the show, but the champion wins the big match or something in that case. So they're kind of putting that inkling of doubt in there. I think they're going to put Finn Balor over at the July 4th show, but that's just me personally. And I did thoroughly enjoy the match and how they set everything up to where Kevin Owens gores, or not Kevin Owens, but Rhino gores Kevin Owens, and allowing Finn Balor to eventually get the match. And, you know, and they can definitely go somewhere with it, especially with Samoa Joe. I mean, I don't know where they're going to go in the terms of him and Kevin Owens, because they definitely really didn't finish that storyline off. But it looks like Owens is going to probably be more main roster here very soon. So we'll see if they actually have time to finish off that storyline in some way and have another match between the two of them. Hopefully a little bit better than the first one they did. The first one wasn't bad, but it was not to any kind of level that I feel like you could see from the both of them. So we'll see where they go with everything there. Overall this week, I felt was a relatively good show, and I can't believe I actually ended up liking this segment. I can't believe I almost forgot it. The Bull Dempsey segment at like midway through the show, I found actually rather funny, and it's almost, or not like almost a little bit funny, but almost like a little bit sad in there as well. You know, how Regal is trying to get this guy to get himself into better shape or and everything in that aspect, and like you have him fighting over the vending machine. And maybe they're going to use that as like, oh, as his, what is it, I see the light now type moment, and then they start, you see progression down the road and how everything goes. So overall, again, I felt this NXT show was rather good. It was a thoroughly enjoyable show. The matches were enjoyable. The segments that did build story did a really good job of it, and we'll see how everything we'll see how the match with Kevin Owens and Finn Balor goes on the July 4th special, and we'll see how all the other storylines continue on through the further weeks of the of NXT here. So that is my review this week for WWE NXT, and I thank you guys for watching.